Good to go. Okay.
You ready? All right, update so far what's going on in because the first thing be the linebacker crew we'll talk about a little bit. I think the guys are running around really good. We've mixing a lot of guys up far as like the young guys, not really young, they've been here for a year. Crow's playing two positions, DJ Lundy's, he's a little nick, but he's back in practice doing some things and walkthroughs. DeMarco Ward, Omar, Graham, and my God, I just got went blank. Cam Raleigh and Blake have all playing like 2 or 3 positions. So we got a good rotation right now. Guys are getting comfortable with each other. The one thing we cannot do is stereotype anybody of just say, hey, this is the position you're going to play. Really pleased the way that all of them get, as far as communicating, getting along, doing a lot of good things, pushing each other each and every day, which has been tremendous for us because the more you can push each other, the better off that you can be, and nobody can feel like they got a job. So the best thing that we always do around there, we're going to play the best guys, but if guys can go in and contribute and help us out, we'll rotate guys like we did last year. And that's our biggest deal. We feel comfortable with the guys so far, but then tomorrow we'll tell a lot more because we got a big scrimmage tomorrow. Guys got to move around and do a lot of good things for us to take that next step. Far as, we just got to keep playing. All right, so questions.
Cam Riley's played a lot of college ball. What does he bring to the table for you guys?
Experience. He's a veteran guy. Came in August, a veteran guy, and June, I'm sorry. A veteran guy, do a lot of good things for us. Big guy, but athletic. He's not just a pure run stopper. He's a guy that can cover. He can come off the edge. He can do a lot of good things for us. So we're excited to have him on the team. And also, he's learning. But when you got a veteran guy, all it is about translating what terminology from one terminology to another, and that's what he's been doing. And really pleased at the way he's picking up everything, making plays. He had a big interception yesterday for us in practice and did a tremendous job.
For those guys that are second-year guys like Justin, Blake, DeMarco, what's the big jump they make from year 1 to year 2?
Just getting better more than anything. It's like they don't make the same mistakes they did last year. So we're a lot better football team than we were. They're very communicating now. Last year they didn't communicate that much. They were a little nervous, but now they're communicating. They're doing all the things to do to help us be a really good defensive. But they got to stay at a high standard and keep going and pushing themselves.
Cam getting here so late, what were your expectations? Has he met them, exceeded them?
Always the best. Anybody that comes to Florida State, you have to be ready to go. It's not a deal where, let's take our time. No, we're going to throw him to the wolves. I mean, he's been going with the ones, he's been going with the twos, and we're going to feed him to him because that's the one thing. When a veteran guy, you got to feed him everything. So he's a guy that can handle it. He's a guy that's excited about it, the opportunity and things like that. He'll come and talk when he has something that's he's not sure about. But if everything he's sure about, he's full speed ahead with it.
With most of the linebackers working at multiple spots through camp, will there come a time where it'll just be like one primary position for them?
One thing I learned, you can't do that. Numbers. Being in NFL, you had 5 linebackers in a 4-3 scheme. So you had, 3 guys that was going to be a starter. One guy was strictly a special team guy, another guy that played multiple positions. So in college, you can't do that. You got to make sure you play the best guys on the football field. And it may be, 2 outside guys better than the inside guy. Well, you play the 2 outside guys. It's just like last year, we had some packages when y'all seen Fisk play at defensive end. Well, he was our best guy at that particular time. So we're not going to limit nobody on learning and process. We just got to play the best guys. That's why you have to, multiply and make sure you use guys at different positions.
When we see guys making some highlight reel plays like picking off passes, is it usually because they're executing the scheme, or is it instincts?
Both. Football is when you watch NFL football, you see a lot of older guys still in the league a lot, right? It's because they know formation, they know what plays coming out of those formations. And I think the biggest thing that the guys are learning now is when you make plays is because you notice something, you say, okay, they're going to run this route again, or here's this running play, you may see a big tackle for loss, because they notice something on the football field. And that's the learning process of being a better team, a better person, better at what you're doing. Because if you just go out and say, I'm going to just run what they call and don't notice like, okay, this tight end is like 3 feet out, but I'm going to play run. No, he's 3 feet out because he's going to, he's going to throw a pass. So those kind of things that you got to make sure that you understand.
How's Juice kind of progressed, and what is it about his skill set that?
He's doing well. He's doing well. I mean, he's exactly what we thought he was going to be coming out of high school. He was a major league, big-time baseball player, to be honest with you. He was a first baseman coming out of high school. And his brother, played basketball at Houston. But he's an athlete that we always liked, played tailback in school, played some wildcat quarterback out of high school. So he's like most of the linebackers that we have on our roster right now. You take Omar, you take DJ Lundy, you take Blake, you take Cryer. Those guys, DeMarco Ward, they all play running back or some way form of offense. So you take athletes like that and who have the mentality of being physical and tough, and we can do a lot of good things with him.
Have you been pleased with the freshmen that came in?
Yeah, I forgot about those guys. No, those guys, no. You know what? They're a lot better than they were in the spring. Spring, I say they was like, whoa, whoa. But now those guys are really communicating, having fun. You know, they make their little mistakes, but they're not at the level where the guys at. But they're a lot better than they were in the spring. You know, we can go in like today, they went with the twos. They wasn't with the threes, they was with the twos. So they got some reps now with the T's working to see if they can handle the pressure, you know, playing against older guys to see what their mindset is. And that's the only way you can find out about them. So we'll find out by film, and tomorrow we'll throw them in there tomorrow.
How much does going up against this offense that does so much misdirection and things like that help the linebackers get prepared for the season?
It's just football. You know, it's misdirection. Everybody runs it when we play. So you got to just make sure your eyes are right and make sure you're doing all the things. And, you know what, you don't try to – one thing we'll never do, we don't game plan our offense in practice. You just got to react and play the scheme and play what you see. And if you can do that, you can play anybody in the country. But now if you go out and scheme and say, okay, this formation, check this, or this, check this, you're not getting better at what you're doing. We want to make sure our guys can play anything in our base defense, and then we'll blitz, play everything in our blitz defense, and do all the things need to be done to make us a good defense.
When you see guys holding each other accountable, like defensive guys holding offensive guys accountable, just stuff like running off the field, and different, what does that tell you?
Well, you know, most teams that were player-led teams are really good football teams. They're the ones that probably going to have a chance to win a championship like it was last year. You know, Coach Norvell is the leader of this football team. But now when the players get on each other about little things, then it makes it easy for the coaches to make sure we do the things we need to get done.
Okay.
I'm done? All right. Appreciate you guys. Take care.